Today's review is beer number 2 in the Genome series from Azvex, but this one is from DEYA, and we've got different hops in this one. We have Citra and Allura. Never heard of that one before, but what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today, more great beers from Azvex, this time in collaboration with DEYA. This is their Genome series with the old alien sort of, I don't know what he's doing there. He's playing some DNA strand, that's what he's doing. This is an 8% DIPA like the last one, but again, different hops. This time we've got Citra and Allura. Now, I don't even know what Allura is, so we're in for a big surprise here. So let's crack it open, get it in a glass, and see if it's going to be any good, because the last one got 85 out of 100. It was a cracking beer, and I'm expecting this to be, hopefully this will be as good, might be better. Again, it's all down to the hops. DEYA are a brewery that have once were brilliant. They were definitely in the top 3 breweries in the country, but they have dipped a little bit. And I'm not quite sure why. I just think they just don't have the output, and the stuff they have is just not quite singing like it used to be. So let's check this one. Well, beer in a glass looks similar to the last one. I'd say it's slightly more yellowy than custardy, more straw colour than custardy. We've got literally 2 fingers, a quite loose head. I don't think that's going to stick around. It's a lot whiter as well. Let's check the aroma out. Yeah, the aroma's not quite so pungent. And it's difficult to really pick stuff out from the aroma. The last one, the aroma was amazing, but this one, there's a sweetness. It's almost like that little jelly tot sort of aroma that you get from El Dorado. There's no El Dorado, but it's got that sort of aroma, but it's not overly pungent. Let's see if the flavour's going to be pungent. Cheers, everyone. This is quite different. Not in a good way. It's not as good. Straight away, it's not as good. It's lighter, it's thinner in body. Flavour-wise, a lot more citrus, lemons, limes, grapefruits. Much lighter in body and lighter in flavour. There's a sort of sharpness of citrus. Grapefruit is a lot more predominant in this beer than many beers, and you don't really get it as much in double IPAs. I don't think. I always rate good double IPAs with the sort of the journey that you go on. You know, the complexity. And a lot of the time, you get hit with stone fruit tropicalness up front, and then some of that sort of citrus stuff on the back end. But there's a lot more of the citrus right up front. But we're looking at different hops here. So Citra obviously brings citrus fruits. It can bring a little bit of tropical stuff as well. Allura, I've never heard of before. I'm presuming it's very much more on the citrus side. So this is lemony. It's lemons, limes, grapefruits. And there's a real sort of sharpness and a little weedy dankness in there as well. That is probably, yeah, and that sort of goes into a dryness, but you're getting a lot of the grapefruit, and you're getting little complexities of grapefruit. So you're getting the pulp when you first drink it. Oh yeah, there's a grapefruit flavour there, but as it develops, you're getting much more of the rind, and it's quite a strong flavour of grapefruit on the back end. But that's it, really. I mean, it's a little bit lemon, lime, grapefruit. That's it at the front. More the pulp at the front, more the rind on the back end. It's definitely not as good as the Rivington collaboration. It is almost like a completely different beer in terms of mouthfeel's different. There's a weedy, grapefruity flavour that's very, very big and almost over dominant. You're getting if you just took a grapefruit and bit into it, and you think there's a sharpness, a sourness almost to it. There's that real sort of rind, zest, really. And you're getting all this. It's not bad, but it's a long way from being as good as the Rivington one, which I'm surprised. I thought they'd all be pretty similar in terms of quality. This is very different, and I don't think as good. So I think I've tasted enough, so let's get some scores. Okay, ready for live scores of this Jerome, it's not Jerome, it's not Robson and Jerome, it's Genome, sorry, Operation Genome. This is 2502, because it's the second one in the series, and this is the double IPA with Citra Alora, and it's with collaboration with DEYA. So it's Azvex and DEYA. So let's do the scores. So starting with aroma. Again, not so prominent. You're getting citrus notes, but it's just not as... It's not as appealing. It's not as like, oh, I want to drink it now, like the last one was. So aroma, it smells, it's certainly strength in aroma. So it's certainly coming through, but it's not as good. 13 for aroma. Appearance, well, again, you know, we've got some nice lacing. It's definitely a lighter coloured yellowy beer than the last one. It's a thinner beer, so it's probably on that. So appearance-wise, I'm knocking it back a little. I'm giving it a 7. Flavour. The flavour's there, and if you like your beers much more on the grapefruity citrus side, then it's spot on. It's just, as I say, it's just weird because I have drank this in the same evening, and it's so different in flavour and on every sort of level, really. It's different in mouthfeel, it's different in flavour. The hops obviously are different, so you expect that, but it's not quite singing as I would like from a double IPA. It drinks more like a slightly weedier, stronger flavoured IPA, if that makes any sort of sense, which it probably doesn't. So I'm going to give it 34 for flavour. Value for money, again, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, sorry. £6. I don't know where I'm getting. 2 double IPAs in an evening is dangerous for me. £6.50. I think it's a sweet spot for double IPAs. I think it's just about the right price. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be paying £5 for a double IPA, but I think in terms of other double IPAs and the prices out there, I think it's pretty reasonable. But the flavour, it's only got 2 hops in it. It's not quite got the complexity, so I'm not going to point back and give it 8 out of 10 for value. And my overall experience, well, let me have a big last swig of this. As I said, it's very citrusy and it's very sort of dank citrus as well. Sharp, bitter, grapefruit flavours. Now, there's times where I love that because you don't get it as much in beers generally, I don't think. There was a time where that was a flavour that you get all the time, but now we're stone fruits and we're getting all the New Zealand stuff. You don't get as much of that. So I say what, I'm enjoying it because it's so different than the last one. If it was like the same one but not quite as good, I'd be more disappointed. But it's different, and a lower hop, as I say, I like the fact that they've gone, oh, well, we won't go with a normal sort of Nelson and Galaxy and Citra like a lot of beers are these days. We'll do something with something different. So you got to applaud them for that. Yeah, but compared with the Rivington, it's a way off. So I'm giving it 13 for my overall experience. Right, let's top the scores up. 54, 62. Yeah, I mean, 75. That's 10 points less than the last one. Is it because DEYA are not quite the brewery that Rivington are? Maybe the choice of hops. I mean, as I said, I applaud the fact that they haven't made 3 beers that are similar to each other, which they could have quite easily done, but they've made... This beer is very, very different than the last one. As I said, it's still recommended. 75. It's not to be sniffed at, but it's not quite as good. It doesn't quite have the sort of complexity of flavour. It doesn't quite have the mouthfeel. It's just not as good. So 75 out of 100, as I said, let me know what you think. If you had this one, as I said, you might have said before with the Rivington review. By the time this comes out, you probably, if you like Azvex beers and you see these and you're getting hyped about it, you probably would have had it. But let me know how you feel about this one compared with the other two double IPAs, because this is quite different. I'm interested now to know what the Beak one's like, because I have just a feeling it's going to be more closer to the Rivington one than that, because Beak make very good beers and they know what they're doing. So maybe their influence. I can't even remember what the hops are on the Beak one, but yeah, we'll see what we get with that. And but this is still good, but I'm surprised it's a good 10 points less than the last one. But let me know if you've had it. Let me know what you think. And until the next one, well, you know what you do. Drink a craft beer and, of course, keep on rocking. Oh, and subscribe so you'll get notified when I release the last of these series, the Beak one.